How many of you have been in a toxic relationship with someone controlling, obsessive, completely psychotic? Well, whether you realized it or not, MK11 story mode was never about fixing a timeline. It was about a woman with too much power and her dangerous obsession with a man who never gave her any. Today's video will be a deep psychological analysis into the mind of what an actual psychopath looks like, and proving how her obsession destroyed an entire timeline. But first, we need to go back to the moment everything snapped. It was a dark and stormy night. Raiden had just chopped off Shinnok's head, and Kronika, Shinnok's own mother, stood there watching as her son got decapitated, without flinching.
This was not your destiny, Shinnok. Once again, the Thunder God has upset the balance of history. But know this. The arc of the universe bends to my will. It is only a matter of time.
Now ask yourselves this. Why would a mother stand by so calmly after watching her child get decapitated? I hear the know-it-alls already.
Duh, she's a titan. She doesn't feel emotions like us. Plus, she could just rewind time anyway.
Thanks for stating the obvious, Einstein. But just because she can rewind time and doesn't experience emotions the same way we do, doesn't mean she can't experience emotions at all. And if Shinnok is supposedly so important that she's resetting the entire timeline because of this incident, then why act like her immortal son choking as a severed head isn't happening right in front of her? That's the first red flag showing us just how detached and psychotic she really is. Who in their right mind would let their child suffer without showing any emotion or lifting a finger to help, even if they could reverse time? Obviously, someone who's completely unhinged. But don't be deceived, she's not as emotionless as you think she is. In fact, the deeper we dive, the more we see an emotional, egotistical, manipulative psychopath. And that's only part of why she doesn't react to Shinnok's beheading. The other part is far scarier. But before we get into that, we need to expose how Kronika didn't just manipulate Cetrion into believing Raiden was the problem, she even manipulated all of us watching.
Blame yourself for the Elder God's deaths, Raiden. Your actions have irrevocably altered Kronika's golden balance of light and dark. Shinnok's decapitation was the capstone.
Really? Notice that Cetrion said Shinnok's decapitation was the capstone, basically implying that the timeline was already messed up before that, but his decapitation was the final straw. Interesting, because Shinnok being defeated isn't necessarily a requirement for her to reset the timeline. So if balance is what she truly cared about, then why let an already messed up timeline continue? As a matter of fact, if balance is what she truly cared about, then why didn't she save Shinnok from getting decapitated? Instead, she lets it happen, then uses the imbalance as an excuse to reset the entire timeline, even though she could have reset time without Shinnok getting beheaded. Something isn't adding up here, and I think we'll all know why once we hear what Cetrion says next.
You are a paragon of virtue. You should wish evil vanquished.
I abide my mother's will.
You were begotten by Kronika.
As was my brother, Shinnok. The darkness to my light. Nature demands equilibrium. Balance is perfection. You have stepped out of your role, made that balance impossible. That's why the new era holds no place for you.
And there you have it. Kronika's true reasoning for wanting to erase Raiden from history is because he stepped out of his role and made balance impossible. Now look, a lot of you know my history between me and that hooligan Raiden. But here's the problem. Raiden never stepped out of his role as protector of Earthrealm. Even when he was corrupted by the Jinsei and became Dark Raiden, he still had intentions of protecting Earth.
As the new rulers of the NetherRealm, heed me. No longer will I simply defend Earthrealm. I will seek out and destroy all who threaten it. No mercy will be shown, no quarter given.
Now, did Raiden take extreme measures? Absolutely. But did he truly step out his role the way how Kronika claimed? No. And that's the second red flag. Not only did Kronika lie to us so she could justify erasing Raiden from history, she used that lie to manipulate her own daughter, the goddess of light and peace, to kill the elder gods. Guys, Kronika's obsession for balance is actually just control in disguise, and that's exactly how she manipulates us into thinking what she's doing is justified. So what's her true reason for targeting Raiden?
Finish him!
People, buckle up, because here's where things start to get deep. Raiden is the only person in this timeline who can influence time the same way Kronika does. And the reason for this goes all the way back to Armageddon. You see, future Raiden opened up Pandora's box the moment he sent those visions to his past self. Why? Because those visions exist outside of Kronika's time resets. So no matter how many times she rewinds reality, Raiden can't help the fact that he keeps receiving them, causing him to make different choices that alter the course of reality for each new timeline that Kronika creates. But this only explains why she keeps targeting him, not why she wants to completely erase him from history. Remember, Raiden isn't doing anything wrong. He's literally doing his job by trying to protect Earthrealm, and Kronika knows this, so why punish him? Well, the answer isn't supposed to make sense, because she's not being logical, she's being emotional. And why is that? Oh, I don't think you're ready for this. What if I told you that Kronika, in some sick, twisted way, is actually in love with Raiden?
Dude.
Oh!
Really? Love?
Am I missing something? Nigga, who the hell let you in here?
Wrong question, man. The real one is who gave you this dumb theory.
Oh, wait a second. Dumb? You're the same guy who made Ninja Mime. That's no better than Sharknado.
Hey, my movies are a cult classic, and they make a hell of a lot more sense than this whole love narrative.
Okay. Listen to me, you dirty, convoluted, egotistical cornball. I don't mean love in a traditional sense. I mean Kronika falling in love with the idea of having Raiden under her control.
I don't know, man. Still sounds pretty dumb to me.
Oh, I see. Let's see if you still feel that way after this. Security!
Call your stupid security. I'm not worried. Who turned off the power?
What are you doing?
My princess, relax, I've got this. I'm just teaching Johnny a lesson because since he wants to be a mime so bad, how about we get security to put him in a box?
Let me see that.
Hey, that's my popcorn.
What the fuck did you say?
Nothing, man. Shit.
Heavenly.
Huh?
Stop this now.
But Jade!
Heavenly?
Okay, gosh, you ain't gotta sound like my mom.
What was that?
Shao Kahn, I need you to stand by. And Johnny, watch your damn mouth.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now that we've handled the skeptics, let's talk about why Kronika was Raiden's toxic lover. And to do that, I first need to show you this scene.
Kronika has restarted time on countless previous occasions, using each timeline to learn and to perfect her plan. The details of each timeline are different, but in each one, events conspire to bring Liu Kang and I into conflict. In each one, he dies. Only Kronika has such power to control time and fate.
I don't get it. Why do that?
I do not know.
Note how even Raiden and Cassie don't understand why Kronika would make Liu Kang and Raiden fight each other in multiple timelines. And brace yourselves, because when Kronika appears, she says one of the darkest, and when I say darkest, I mean darkest things in the game.
But be assured, Kronika will control us no longer.
At long last, you see the pattern.
The pattern, but not the purpose. Why set me against Liu Kang?
Is it not obvious? Your combined power threatens my vision for the timeline.
Liu Kang and I will not be divided further by your machinations.
Oh, Raiden. Do you think this is the first time you made that vow? We have repeated this exact conversation so often in so many timelines. I've lost count.
Now on the surface, that sounds like standard villain talk, right? Oh, you foolish, naive, young-minded human beings. You couldn't be more wrong. Let's break this down, shall we? First, she says,
Oh, Raiden. Do you think this is the first time you made that vow?
that vow being that Raiden won't allow her to separate him and Liu Kang. Then she says this.
We have repeated this exact conversation so often in so many timelines. I've lost count.
But in order for that exact conversation to happen across hundreds of timelines, that would mean that much like Raiden on MK11, Raiden and the other timelines would have to break out of Kronika's manipulation by receiving the visions of him killing Liu Kang from previous timelines, giving him the insight that Kronika is the one responsible for their battles. But there's one problem with this. In MK9, Raiden was able to receive visions because of his amulet. Now, as we all know, past Raiden is from the time period of MK9. But do you know what past Raiden doesn't have? The amulet! So how is he receiving these visions of him killing Liu Kang? The answer is simple. It's because Kronika is giving them to him. She's trying to make him suffer by forcing him to watch his greatest failure over and over. Which brings me to why this woman is a fucking psychopath. She's not resetting time to learn and perfect some plan like Raiden suggested. She's doing it because she's trying to break Raiden's spirit into submission. Have you ever stopped to figure out why Kronika actually makes Raiden kill Liu Kang so many times? No? Well, imagine this. The first timeline where Raiden escaped Kronika's manipulation only to receive visions of himself killing Liu Kang, he didn't allow that to stop him from fighting Kronika. But here's where it really gets twisted. In Kronika's head, she's thinking, oh, so you think you're mentally strong? Let's see how strong you are after you watch yourself kill your favorite son figure in 20 different timelines. Wait, 20 didn't work? Let's try 50. Oh, 50 didn't work? Let's try hundreds. Most people would have dropped to their knees and begged Kronika to stop, hoping to be free from what looked like an infinite loop. But not Raiden. Raiden's narcissism, his willpower kept him fighting back, and that only made her love the idea of making Raiden submit to her authority even more. That is, until MK11. You see, by MK11's timeline, Kronika is so fed up with the fact that she can't break Raiden that she basically says, if I can't have him, nobody can. Which is why we see her dead set on trying to erase Raiden from history. But something isn't adding up. If she was truly worried about Raiden and Liu Kang's combined power, then why not get rid of Liu Kang to ensure victory? This was so painfully obvious that even Geras basically calls her out on this, and she still refused to get rid of Liu Kang.
It's dangerous to let them live.
If they die, their revenant selves will cease to exist. We need them to defend the keep.
So let's get this straight. Kronika claims she can't kill past Liu Kang because that would erase the present evil Liu Kang that she recruited. But remember, her whole plan is to prevent Raiden and past Liu Kang from ever teaming up. So if that's the goal, then why on earth would she create a situation that forces her to keep past Liu Kang alive? That makes no sense, right? Well, there's two reasons for this. Separating Liu Kang from Raiden was never her main priority, and Revenant Liu Kang hates Raiden just as much as she does, so they're friends now. I'm not kidding. This woman is so delusional that she recruited a group of people who hate Raiden just because she needed a support group to deal with her feelings, and then literally refers to them as her friends.
My friends, Raiden's armies are coming. They will fight us, and they will lose.
Mind you, all of them are only using her to their own personal gain, and she knows that, which is why she had to manipulate each of them into joining her side. But the one person who absolutely should not be there is this nigga. Shao Kahn is just as responsible, if not worse, than Raiden for destroying every timeline. It's because of him that in every timeline Raiden receives visions trying to save Earthrealm. So if Kronika's main priority is perpetual balance between good and evil, then why not erase both Raiden and Shao Kahn? Because if Raiden wins, there's an imbalance of good, and if Shao Kahn wins, there's an imbalance of evil. Meaning either way, you'd have to reset the timeline after the war is settled. But for some odd reason, she only focuses on Raiden, even though Shao Kahn is potentially worse. Again, this was never about fixing the timeline. This was about a woman who became jealous of Raiden only to pursue him, then lash out because she doesn't know how to handle rejection. And instead of taking the obvious choice to ensure victory, she decides to be petty and reset the timeline over and over again, not to restore balance, but to make Raiden suffer. She went from hatred to obsession to attachment and now resentment, all because Raiden shattered her fragile ego by doing the one thing she thinks only she should be allowed to do: control the flow of time. This is ultimately what led to the destruction of MK11’s timeline. And guys, this is why sometimes you just gotta let certain things go. Now don't get me wrong, I think we all know how good revenge feels. But on some real shit, what good is revenge when you're so consumed by your own ego that you can't even see how revenge is slowly killing you? So to all my vengeful people out there, just know it's not always worth it. And if we look at Kronika's dumbass, it definitely wasn't. Her biggest mistake was recruiting Liu Kang just to spite Raiden instead of getting rid of him, because this only gave Raiden the opportunity he needed to Uno reverse her dumbass by fusing with Liu Kang. And the rest was history. No, literally. Because Liu Kang erased everything and started a whole new timeline. So lesson of the day is, don't let your ego consume you. Otherwise, you'll end up like Dumbassica. Anyways, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. It really does motivate me to keep going. And of course, we'll catch you guys another time.
Take care, everyone.
Johnny?
Leave me alone.
Oh my god, dude, I'll get you another popcorn. Quit being a baby.